Nirran, me and you have been to many games this season. We've been posing the question, it's looked good. Can we get it over the line? Is top four a definite for Manchester United? Well, tonight, mate, it was done and dusted. Here at Old Trafford, it's just been immense, hasn't it? And today, biggest win of the season.
Yeah, I mean, the scoreline kind of flatters us, but I mean, we'll take it. We weren't clinical enough. It could have been 6, 7. And,
yeah, I mean, wasteful in front of goal. Chelsea were a little bit as well in that first half. I mean, how weird was that first half? Could have gone any. It could have been 5-5 basically, couldn't it?
Yeah. I mean, Chelsea, it seems like they're also not clinical in front of goal, but they kind of have players on the bench that I saw like they should have started the game. So I think Lampard isn't a top tier coach, and we've battered them 4-0 here before, so under Lampard. So yeah, I don't think so. It's anything special today. So
you can only beat who's in front of you, mate. We had a job to do at the end of this season. A couple of bad performances and results against Brighton and West Ham. 4 games to go. We just needed the wins. 3 in a row now. Finished it off against Fulham at weekend. Rate this season for me as a whole, and Nirran, because at the start of it, the critics were out, the knives were out. 2 defeats, bad defeats early doors. How impressed have you been with how we've turned that around? How do you rate the season?
I mean, it's not how you start the season, it's how you end the season, and I think the next 2 games are crucial on how we say goodbye to Old Trafford for this season and how we exit the season. I think the last game will decide how successful the season has been and how our progress has been, because it's not easy catching City in the league, and if we can do that in a domestic cup, then it's brilliant. Yeah.
Well, that's it, mate. We're 14 points ahead of what we did last season, coming off the back of our worst ever Premier League season. What Ten Hag has done, the players he's brought in, the way he's transformed the underperforming players from last season, not even mentioned in nominations for manager of the season. You surprised at that?
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised actually. We might be finishing 3rd, and you know, to go from a Europa League spot to in the Champions League again, it's kind of a good feeling. But I think for manager of the season, I'd probably give it to Eddie Howe because of the job he's done and how he's got them from. They were fighting relegation when he took over, and now they're in the Champions League. It's a big job he's done there. So.
Yeah, I mean, fighting relegation, I didn't think anyone could be as bad as what we was last season, but this team we watched tonight, Chelsea, if Tuchel didn't make them few points at the start of the season, they'd be in a relegation fight right now. With the quality, it just shows, again, what Ten Hag did with the money he spent in the summer, how much it can be easily wasted in the Premier League as well, because Chelsea's got some serious players out there. They look a shadow of what they really should be and how they should be performing.
The change of owners for Chelsea has been a big difference, and I think that could be our big difference next season going onward. So,
but in a good way.
In a good way, yeah. Definitely.
That's the one. I mean, targets for the summer. Next season, people are going to look at it and go, how do we improve? Well, that would be first and second, challenging for a title, Nirran.
Yeah.
What do we need in this team, transfer-wise, to make that happen, though?
Yeah. I mean, it's an even bigger summer than the last summer that Ten Hag had, because now he knows the players that he wants to stay here and the players that he wants to move on. And I think last season he didn't have the pull of the Champions League where you can pull any player you want. Now I think this season there's no doubt that we're not far away. Like we're just a few signings away from competing for the league. And I think this season we thought we could have competed for the league. So I think next season 3-4 signings, star signings, it can get us competing for the league.
Give me some names, Nirran. Who's that man? Who's top of your list?
A striker. Harry Kane.
Harry Kane, he's the one. I think we've missed that. I mean, we have been poor in front of goal. You give half the chances that we've created just at Old Trafford alone this season to a Harry Kane. I think he's 30 plus goals easily. I mean, Rashford hit 30 goals. Credit to him today, but someone like Kane next to him, then you're talking a different ballgame.
It could be exciting next season if he comes. But I think we have to spend wisely as well, because Kane is a free agent next summer, and if we pay anything more than 70, 60, I don't think so it's going to be worth it. And I've heard news that we've been interested in Mount, and I've seen the striking, like the crazy amount that has been reported. So
I season's round the corner, mate, isn't it? This transfer window.
I mean, we've been linked with everyone throughout the past this week. So
biggest win of the season tonight here at Old Trafford, mate. Champions League in the bag. Who's getting man of the match before you leave us?
Today's man of the match, Casemiro. I think he's been solid in midfield. He's helping up front as well. It shouldn't be his job to score, so I mean he's chipping in with some goals this season. So it's a pretty good debut season from him, and I think it shouldn't go under the radar because it's his first season in English football, and he's shown why he's a 5 times Champions League winner today. So.
Exactly, mate. He loves an header against Chelsea. We'll give him that.
Yeah, that's
Nirran,
the second of the season.
Absolute pleasure, mate. Cheers for coming on.
Champions.